Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it's just been kind of crazy and like all juggling and trying not to drop balls, and I'm constantly dropping them and
Oh,
scrambling around trying not to.
oh, yes, I'm familiar with that, and it is okay.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I mean,
Do the best you can. That's
I
my motto.
yeah, and some people are better at some things than others, and that's sort of yeah, where I'm at right now. And that's why I was like, we should probably communicate before we like go right into the questions. Um, and I don't know if you're prepared to like do a filmed thing today or not. I don't, if we are, then what I'm going to try to do, and I've never done this before, is use Substacks thing because then,
Substack Live. Hmm.
yeah, because then I don't have to, I was hiring this guy to put it in this like cute little format. He's like a Dutch guy who lives in Thailand or something like that. Kind of creepy.
Okay.
And it's super cheap, but it's like I like I think I want to try it just to see. I mean, it's not like it's not gonna work. It's just a question of visually. And then you can do clips from that, and it just sort of, it's just more professional, I think, than like I'm like, how much am I supposed to put it? I'm like, it's been 6 years of this, and I'm like, I'm just
Wow.
trying to do the best I can with the content, let alone what it looks like, and then marketing it out to the like
Yes. So
whatever.
you've been on Substack for 6 years.
I think I've been on for 5 years on Substack.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
It's
That
a
is a
lot, and I
long.
kind of blew it in the sense that this one woman was like, "You really should do notes." And if I'd just done, I was kind of like, "Yeah, I just this isn't the only thing I do," so I was like, "I don't really want to get into
Yeah.
that." And I waited like 3 years. Like there are just some things that algorithmically kind of there was a ship that has sailed, and if you caught it you got your 5,000 plus. But if you didn't catch it, which I didn't because it really wasn't the important part to me, um,
Hmm.
it's hard to grow, like really hard to grow.
Yes, what I'm discovering, and I've been on it for almost a year, is the people who are subscribing, because my Substack is very specific
Yeah,
for women who want to create their women's wisdom book.
yeah,
But I have found there are many people
yep.
who don't want to do that, right?
You're like,
And
so why are
I
you
love
here?
that, right? I love that they're reading my stuff,
Yeah,
but
that's
so now I'm like, okay, I have X number of subscribers. How many are engaged and how many, those types of questions.
well, you can really see what they're doing. You can see every move they make,
Yes.
which is kind of funny because I have all these male followers that like, and I don't know if they just don't think like, and people I know that I don't know well. So I'm like, do you just think I can't? I mean, you're a business guy. Like you can see, don't you know that I can see everything you do? Like basically, it is
Yeah.
kind of funny. But yeah, I will say it'd be nice to it's just not it's not my full focus right now. And I publish every Sunday, no matter what.
Hmm.
Usually I try to have things teed up so that it comes out at like 4 a.m. Eastern,
Hmm.
which means it was finished by Saturday. But lately I've been kind of like getting it out sometimes Sunday. Like it's like whatever, man.
Well, that's 5 years is a long commitment, and if you've committed to once a week and
Well, 6 years
you're,
basically. It'll
yeah,
be
or
6 years.
6 years.
Sorry, it'll be 6 years in the fall.
Yeah, and you're getting something out every week and you've
Yeah.
developed I mean, that is a huge accomplishment because the
Yeah.
longevity is a big thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think you're right about though the niche-ness. The other thing I'm not big on is because I'm not niche so much as middle-aged. That's it.
Hmm.
Like women who've started
Demographic.
something new after middle age. Um, I basically have neglected all the interviews I meant to do for the past long time, like almost a year.
Mm.
I'm like just burnt out on those, but I'm getting back in. Like you're my first one, so. that I've talked to.
Great.
I just, well, it's like time, it's luck and timing. I've just been really busy and you got to get us both at the same time. And um, but the other issue is that I'm not into like the drama porn, and like that's a there are a lot of writers out there that are into like the woe is me-isms or like I'm just not into drama at all. So
I I totally hear you on that, and it is an interesting thing when you are like, okay, you need to share some personal stuff,
yes.
but I don't want everyone to get down and dirty in my stuff, and that just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. That comes up a lot. No, I know. A friend of mine's daughter works for an online magazine called Homeworthy, which I had never heard of, and apparently
Mhm.
I'm like one of the only people who didn't. And especially in our age category, and race. And that got so I did it. They come through your house, and I was a decorator for 8 years, and I still
Mm.
do it. And I just really enjoy that. I'm a painter, so I just like love, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, I looked at some of your stuff, and
oh,
I mean, yeah, and I mean, that's awesome. It's beautiful, awesome. I'm glad that you know, that's one of my big things. Doing what's meaningful and brings you joy. To have that ability to do that is really wonderful.
well, and it ebbs and flows. I think with, in the old days it would be your hormones and whatnot, whether you how up and or down you were, and now it's the opposite. It's the lack of hormones. It's your ups and downs and
Oh, right.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
motivation.
I'm on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy,
I
which
have
has changed
not.
my life.
Has
But
it? Well, tell me.
I don't mean to like
No.
diverge or anything. Okay. Just there's been a lot of new research and a lot of discredit I can't can I say that word today? Discrediting of the old findings, and you sounds like you're familiar with that.
Yes, very. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just has given me that energy. It's given me the sex drive back. It's given me, oh, talk about getting down and dirty.
I love it. We may have to use this. This is like, why not? This is like real life. Like, who cares what we're doing
Yeah.
otherwise? Who cares about Substack? Probably go
Yes,
to hell for that. But, yeah.
it's done so much. And
How about your brain?
brain fog, really, I don't have it like I had it like right after I had a total hysterectomy.
Oh,
It
when
was
was that?
brutal. When I turned 50, so I just turned 60. That was when I turned 50.
Okay. So did
Yeah.
you, I'm going to ask like a lot of questions just because I don't, it's not that common. I can really ask someone because it's like a
Mhm.
little personal, but here we are. Um, did you go right on hormone replacement therapy after that?
It They gave me a patch. Then I went off the patch, like a estradiol patch.
Okay. Hmm.
And then I went off it, and then things were crazy.
Why
I'm
did you go off of it?
I for the longest time had this stigma against any medicine. Like I was like, hey, I
I
don't know
love it.
anything. Woohoo,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yay me.
yeah.
And then, things change. You get older and you have major surgeries that, you know, strip your hormones away and so forth. So,
And that was coming anyway, kind of around that time. Like same thing. I didn't have a hysterectomy, but that's where the menopause was happening. I think
mm,
around 53, 50-ish, but I was at peak. Like I have a passport picture that was taken, I think I was like 51. It was during COVID, and I looked nuts. I look
like the crazy lady.
I look nuts. I'm like, they're always picking on these women, and I'm like, yeah, she just needs some help. And but I didn't go on. I'm going to ask you some more questions about this because I personally am in the middle of trying to figure out what to do. But I did go on. I did start. I called my doctor. I was away with two of my daughters. It was COVID. I could tell I was just batshit crazy. I just wasn't.
Hmm.
My kids will say like, "Oh yeah, you were off," and I'm like, "Great." Now, was anyone going to tell me? Like,
Yeah.
and I called my doctor and I was like, "I can't. I'm not okay." And she's like, "Let's put you on 5 milligrams of Lexapro," and it really, I'm still on it, and that's like not a lot. That's a baby amount, but it's enough to keep me from feeling ragey and nuts. So I think everybody's different, obviously. I was the type that couldn't go on the pill because it made me like fat and crazy.
Mm.
And then, and that was years ago. That was like in my 20s. My kids, funnily enough, don't seem to have, I have 3 girls. They don't seem to have any problem with any of it. So, um, I tried the patch, the little, I can't remember which one it is, but it's like really small. And it made me ragey. And on the 5 milligrams of Lexapro. And I'm kind of like, I can't. I was on it a month. I could feel it. So I'm like, I don't want to like, I'm like you. I was like, so like, I'm not on anything. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm not even on birth control. Like whatever.
Right.
But I had like anyway, that's a whole other story. Um, but and then like you had to do the math of like, okay, that was a terrible thing they did to women with that terrible study of like using all these people that were like 65, um, possible like had breast cancer in their genes, on and on, and scared the crap. Like my mom, if I can't even talk to her about it because, or I won't because I think she feels that it's really was the reason why several of her friends got cancer, which it may have because they actually had cancer in their families
Hmm.
and they may have started way too late. So
Hmm.
in our group, it's much it's much smaller, the amount, right? But what have you heard anything like what people do if they get ragey on in the patch?
So I can only speak to my own experience, but
Hmm.
I sought out, and it took me a while, people who
Yeah.
I go see nurse practitioners who are specialized in this,
Okay.
women, and
I'm gonna write that.
I get blood drawn tests because your levels will change
Hmm.
every 4 to 6 months. That also helps to make sure that the bad estrogen is not high, which could contribute to breast cancer.
Yeah.
So what the conversations I've had with that nurse practitioner is that every person is so different. It really is. I mean, I take a compound, a tablet, and there's, 4 pieces to it. And testosterone is one of those. And then there's,
Oh, you were just saying you have a tablet
yeah, it's a compound.
as a compound. Okay.
Yeah, so there's estriol, estradiol, progesterone, and testosterone.
Okay, wait. So you have estriol,
Uh-huh. Est
estradiol,
estradiol.
dial.
Estra and DIOL. And then progesterone
Hmm.
and testosterone.
And basically they fiddle with the amounts
Uh,
like every 4 to 6 months.
yeah, it's like I said, it's a compound. So they're obviously have their guidelines and then they're tweaking
Hmm.
depending upon each person.
Yeah.
And the lab results. The key is, the lab results, obviously. Um, Optimum levels, any dangerous levels of that bad estrogen, as I
Hmm.
mentioned. So I feel very comfortable with this nurse practitioner practice.
Hmm.
And they just, I don't know, they have that experience. It's hard to find people like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've interviewed Heather, she's oh God, I'm blanking on her name. Oh my God. Anyway, I've interviewed her a fair amount, but this is as it's just another point of view, and I feel like I need as many to hear as many points of view as I can, because
Yeah.
here's the other thought that in the old days they'd say, and you have to go off of this at 60, 65, whatever. Well, I'm 58, so and I'm just talking about going on it. Um, do you plan to go off of it?
You know, my husband asked me that question the other
Yeah,
day.
he's like, oh no.
I'm like, no. And I ask that question every time I go.
Yeah,
And as long, they said that they have patients who are 80 and are still on it.
that's what.
So as long as my lab work comes back and as long as my health and, all
Mhm.
those different factors, I, at this point, am taking it year by year, but I just really love the way I feel.
Sorry.
No
Yeah,
worries.
sorry. Yeah, it's all crazy. So that's what I was wondering about because I really just like I mean a friend of mine's grandmother was like 105 and was still on it, I think. But I'm just
Hmm.
finding lately the brain fog is really worth me going back. Everything else is kind of my cholesterol's terrible and that's hereditary.
Hmm.
But are you finding does it help your cholesterol as well? Don't do that.
No, but like you probably, I mean, I do some type of oats or, granola every morning and, all the things that we need to do to try and keep all this stuff
I know. It's kind of
under
exhausting. It's
control.
like, God, it's like people are like, do you work? I'm like, yeah, I try to keep myself afloat. Like just like
Right.
I'm like, I'm so like I've started playing tennis again. Well, that's great. But what I've realized is how much weaker I am. Just
Yes.
like these useless little arms like that used to be so strong are have
Yes.
lost like 50% of my strength. I don't
Yes.
want to spend all day lifting weights. I don't know
Oh,
about
I know. I'm forced myself to do it.
yeah.
I've always hated it.
You're
I
good.
also have a history of playing high school and college tennis and I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
Ew.
I tried pickleball. I hated
I
it.
hate it. Don't like it. And I will say, I mean, it's like a total aside, but I know too many people, they tend to be men that have blown their Achilles.
Yes.
Stop start, they're like between 55 and 65 and their bods aren't so I don't want to pop. I'd rather play tennis and it's just a little on clay.
Right.
Yeah. What didn't you
Yeah.
like about pickleball?
What didn't I like?
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of dumb.
Yeah. I think
I'm
if you
like,
like tennis, I do think it's hard. It's like a hard.
it hard transition. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. My dad's still playing. He's like 82 and um and then you read the articles, it's like so good for you. Do you play doubles or do you play singles?
Well, I haven't played in the last couple years because I had like a foot thing and then I had a knee thing.
Oh,
So this year, yes. But right now it's just my husband and I just like kind of and I used to go to drills
right.
and
That's
play
what
doubles
hmm
and so, I was like, oh, I'm feeling like I did when I was in college, man.
Right.
Woo, look at that
Yeah.
stroke.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then I tried to go for a ball and ran and kind of biffed it. So that was a singles thing, and I'm like, okay, so we gotta kind of be careful.
Doubles. I mean, I play doubles mainly because where I play, that's what everyone does. And so
Okay.
it's fine. When I was younger, when I was like in my 30s, it drove me nuts because I was like, this is not exercise. Like, I need exercise. Now it
Right.
is. Like, I'm like,
Any movement is exercise. Vacuuming is exercise.
yeah. Well, and there's like a cardio clinic, so I'll do that. Um,
Yes.
and I literally in the past couple months, and I used to play frequently, and I never play. I grew up playing because my dad's a big fan of tennis. So,
Hmm.
um, that's definitely a gift. And my kids all went to tennis camp, and
Yes.
just but nobody took it too seriously. But a couple of them now play, for fun as post college. So.
Yeah, it is a game that you can play here, till you're older. My stepmom's boyfriend, who's 85, plays
I
three
love it
times
that
a
we have like
week.
the same. Like I have, it's just like we poor
Yeah.
little Gen Xers. all our steps and stuff.
Oh, I know. It's like, oh, who would have thought
And
this is
now
our
we're
life?
old.
No, we're not. Oh,
We're
I
not
don't, I
old.
refuse to say that.
No, I know. It's just no, I don't, it's just I think there are times where when I say my age, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. How did this happen?
what have I been doing for 20 years? Like, what?
I know, and it's particularly hard. Like, I have four daughters, so I
Oh,
understand
wow.
the daughter world.
Ooh.
My youngest graduated college in 22. No.
Okay.
So, I mean, once they leave the nest, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah. That's four is a lot. I have three, and I can't imagine four daughters.
Right? Well, we had my husband and I, second marriage, blended family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he brought two that I love. I brought one, and then we had one. So that's how that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
worked out really well.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute.
Hmm.
I just had I know a few like where there's the joint baby.
Yeah, yes, yes.
That's
The
really nice.
spoiled one, as the sisters say.
Yes, the
I'm
baby.
sorry. She was the youngest by 6 years. What are we gonna do?
I know that is like an only child kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, with a lot of aunts, you know.
Yeah, a
So,
lot of big sisters bossing you around.
hmm. And are you all are you in California? Are you where are
No,
you?
I'm in Washington State.
Oh, you're in Washington State. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my daughters are, I have one in New York City, I have one in Seattle, I have one in Salt Lake City, and one who's currently on the road with her traveling nurse husband. She's a cellist and doing
Wow.
everything remote. So, yeah, it's fun. How
Really
about,
neat.
and you said two, you have two in college right now?
No, I have no one in college now. My youngest
Oh.
graduated, and the other two are one is living here in Boston, but she plans to move to LA in the fall.
Mm.
And she's kind of in like the lifestyle industries. And then her twin is a singer-songwriter, and she's kind of all over the place.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
performing. So yeah, and the youngest is sort of trying to figure out what she's doing, but I think it's nice to like I'm trying, like re harkening back to when we got out of school, just taking some time. I don't remember anyone graduating with a job, and now a lot of people do because they do these internships during the summers and
Hmm.
on. So there's a level of stress on them that I think is kind of more than I remember being so stressed about getting a job. And, the job was like being a secretary. Like the job was like being a receptionist or something. Because the
Right.
idea of being anything else as an art history major was like a joke to anyone I interviewed with.
So
So
you were just trying to get in the door of a place?
trying to get in the door. That was like
Okay, yeah.
that was what all we all did. I mean, almost all my friends, and we all went to liberal arts schools, were all like, you know, I remember this one friend of mine was like, "Gray advertising." She was the receptionist. Like,
I went to a liberal arts school too, and
yeah.
I was going to be an attorney.
Hmm.
And I clerked after college, and I was like, no, I'm not going to be an attorney. So I ended up going in the Peace Corps for 2 years. That
Cool.
to delay those decisions.
Well, yeah, but see that I really
Yeah.
I know it'll never happen, but the way so many other countries have, service of a
Hmm.
couple years, whether it's going into the armed forces or doing the Peace Corps or the American version or whatever, just like
Hmm.
I don't know. It just makes sense because these kids aren't necessarily ready. Um, and
Yes.
and so they're stressed and they're taking jobs they don't necessarily want. And now so many are living at homes, whether they want
Yes.
to or not, because life is so expensive. And
True. Yeah, it's different. It's completely different than when we graduated, and you know, just try to support them, and
yeah,
and this is just the way the world it changes.
Yeah,
every generation. So
it
we have to
does.
accept what it is now.
Right. And then, carry on. But that's just what are you gonna do once again? But no, I really appreciate talking about the going back to the patch stuff because I'm noticing more and more I need the info, and I think I really got to call my doctor. Just talking
Yeah.
about options.
Yeah, there are so many options and I'm a believer, everyone, you do what is right for you. There's
Mhm.
no judgments, there's no anything. I hate when these issues come up and people are just so divisive. And it's like, it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's nothing. This is just health, mental health, and you know, making the best of this period of time. And if there's something you can do to help yourself, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I get it because I always had this, like you were saying earlier, the whole concept of being on any kind of SSRI and
Hmm.
the precursors to that, or Zoloft or whatever, and um, it just seemed shameful, kind of
Right.
like you're
Like
not
you were
right in
weak or
the head if you
something.
need that. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely could have used it. I think I
Yeah.
could have. I was just had a very uneven chemistry. So
Yes.
it's sad to kind of like think, oh, that could have been helpful, but. So now we can be helpful. And there's so much wonderful work on making mental health not a dirty word anymore and
Right.
out
There's
more
no
out.
shame.
Yeah, this generation, Gen Z, I think it feels like it's more Gen Z. I don't know if it's millennial, but it certainly wasn't us. I guess we're
Yeah.
we're on the frontier of hormone replacement therapy and making it
Hmm.
okay. So kudos to us.
Hmm.
But the concept of allowing people, and men in particular, women have always been more cautious of their mental health, but um, that they're doing something about it, right?
Yes. I totally agree with what you said. It's such a relief, I think, for people to realize that they're not the only one going through mental
Mhm.
health challenges. And yeah, it's okay to get help. And otherwise, we suffered in shame, had this
Yeah,
shame and this what's
stigma.
wrong with
Like I don't
me? And
want anyone
snap.
to look in my medicine cabinet,
Yeah,
and find
yeah,
something weird.
right. Or just snap out of it.
Yeah, right,
Like, like that's gonna work, right?
right,
Obviously, if
right. This
it's
will pass. Like, oh
yeah,
no, it's going to get
or
worse.
or suck it up.
Right. That was our generation's thing of suck it
Yes.
up. Like that's what's and I don't have a big problem with that. I do think that that's what we're missing now is a bit of suck it
Hmm.
up. But I think there's this fine line of I look at all the help that schools give kids now that have any kind of learning disorder that didn't exist in our generation. And I just think that, and then when you weren't doing well in school, as I experienced as a result of my learning disorders that I know I had because my kids have them, and
Mm.
I recognized them and quickly got them help. Um, and quickly got them the right tutors and the testing so that it's like yeah they're not stupid, it's that they're dyslexic or this that or the other, and that was my issue. So our generation had all this unaccounted for time, you know and we just get up to no good because it was stressful. So
Right.
to know that the next day you're going back to school and you didn't do your homework right, if at all.
Yeah. And it was just hard because things didn't look right. And
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, well it's
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
so thankful for that today too, because that's hard. It's just hard and it's discouraging and
Yeah. It's a
all of
waste of
that.
time and energy. And then you see like if you ever I'd like read the blurbs about Einstein that he was so fully dyslexic and failed out of school basically. And it was like such weird luck that he ended up getting enveloped into what he did and then discovering all that he did. So it's just like think of all the people that didn't.
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Um, well, this is fun.
It is. It is fun to touch base with someone
Yeah.
who's, you know, in your age era, and because I do think a lot of times we think we're going through all the stuff that we discussed alone,
Mhm.
and there's just a lot of feelings from midlife on, that
You don't want to burden your certainly not your spouse because they don't want to really hear about it usually because it's too girl stuff. But it's also you don't want to burden your friends because some not everybody it's like politics kind of not everybody feels the same. So unless it's like a really good friend, even really good friends, like it's very personal. And some people
yes,
aren't open to sharing that aspect. It's like when everyone was trying to have babies, and some people were doing fertility and some people weren't. And it was like, you did not, you know, you didn't talk about it because, but then that's so isolating for the people that were going through it.
yes.
That's a weird period of time that I don't, nobody, my kids aren't in that, and none of my friends' kids are either yet. So, but that'll be like the next thing. And I'll
Yes.
bet that this generation will be very open about fertility stuff.
They're very open about everything.
I know, maybe more than one.
Sometimes, like when my daughter, I remember when she first started going out to like bars and concerts, my husband and I be watching a show, and like 11 o'clock we get this FaceTime, and she's at the bar, and and obviously she'd had a few,
Yeah,
so we would like humor her and talk and have
mhm.
a good time, honey, be safe. And then
Right.
we hang up and it'd be like, why is she go? We don't need to know all this.
Oh my God. It is true. And there are a lot of Instagram memes on that. Like hilarious. I've gotten a ton lately. I think it's because my youngest is home and we joke about it.
Yeah,
Because the older two aren't they tune in, but they're busy and they don't like I'm not
right,
their central focus necessarily. It is
right.
funny. I don't know, did your other girls do that?
Uh, no. There's 10-year gap between our youngest and our oldest, so I
Uh-huh.
think part of it was that,
Yeah, phone differences too.
for
And maybe
sure.
phones.
For sure. And then, like you had mentioned, Anna, our youngest, was like the only child for so long, and that you develop kind of a different relationship with that child
Yeah, that makes sense.
because she was the only one in the house.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're very focused on that. But it's funny, like as much as you're focused on her and as much as you want her to be safe, there's like this flip reaction of like, whoa, whoa, not that much. They're like, you want to know everything about me? We're like, no, no, we
No,
really don't.
I do not. I like to know some highlights.
It is funny, but it's almost like you can't get both. Yeah.
No,
So I'd rather have more information than none, I guess.
right.
I guess. And you can just like close the ears on the stuff that you're like,
Yeah. Yes. And then I have two of the four are married, so then
Oh,
things change again. So, yeah.
oh, in our neighborhood, I have some friends whose kids are like a group older, and all three of their daughters are married, and they have all these grandchildren like popcorn all of a sudden just showing
Hmm.
up. And I'm like, if I think life is expensive right now, I mean, going to see your kids and then getting the grandkids special goodies and
Oh, yeah.
oh my God.
Yes, we have one daughter who has five kids.
Oh, oh my
Yes.
God. How did she do that so quickly?
Well, her husband brought a lovely boy into the relationship, and then they had two, decided to have one more, and had twins. So that's how that all worked out. But so it's crazy town when we go there. But when you talk about mostly expensive for them trying to raise
Yeah.
five kids today, and
I can't even imagine.
yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
either.
I don't know how you feed. kids. I don't know, it's like and diapers. I remember when the girls were little because I had basically had 3 kids in 2 years. I had 3 kids in 2 years, and the diaper situation, I was like
Yes.
gross, but also the cost.
Yes.
Like, and we were doing great. So I
Yeah.
just can't figure out how, and we had formula as well. I cannot figure out how people that's
Yeah.
I don't guess it's
Yeah, they make good money and it's just a challenge because everything is so incredibly expensive now.
right.
And then now they're just starting into the extracurricular part,
Ballet lessons, piano,
club soccer,
oh,
gymnastics.
so
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
Oh, but see, and that's where like grandparents kind of come in, maybe. And like I remember my grandmother was living in Florida in the winter times, and my present would be and in those days flights were more expensive, was a flight to visit. I
Hmm.
was cool with that.
Yeah.
Um, but nowadays I think people take so much for granted on that level. Like, I don't know. It's not like as glamorous a gift anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. It is interesting. You know, we kind of go with what, like a lot of times it's like, oh, back to school, we give them X amount of money to
Right.
contribute to that because they're
That's
in a
nice. Yeah.
charter school and there's uniforms and, all that.
And then the
So,
other siblings are like, what are you doing? Like, what are you
well,
doing
we
for
try to
her?
even, and you have to try to even it up, right?
Right.
Like our oldest grandson, is a great actor, has been in plays. He just went to New York and
How
so
old is he?
pardon?
How old is he?
He will be a junior in high school.
He's a grandson? How can he
Hmm.
be that old?
Well, our oldest daughter is 35.
Still.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know it shocks us too.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's a whole operating person.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Recently driving person. Yeah.
So, but that's a young, was that coming from the other?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was our
She
son-in-law's.
wasn't 15 or something when
No,
she had this kid. Like, please,
no,
that's
no,
hard.
no, she wasn't. They met after college and so they've been together for 15 years, but yeah, he brought our oldest grandson,
Oh,
which like I said has been just a blessing. He's
oh,
just a
so cool.
fantastic kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's fun to see what they do, and it's like
Yeah.
another thing to think about.
Yeah.
And so, all right, now I'm going to ask you about what you actually do, because now I want
That,
to know, like, how
that's a
did you
good
get into?
question. What do I do?
Well, I'm like, tell me, but I'd love to like hear, like, I think it's a great concept, but I want you to, will you tell me about it?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the concept was born really when my mom was diagnosed with cancer.
Hmm.
And that's when I realized, and it was a stage 4. So
Oh,
that's terminal, and you know that you have limited amount of time.
oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I've been a writer my whole life. I have boxes and of writing all over
Good for
on
you.
my computer and paper.
Hmm.
Um, I realized, first of all, that soon she would be gone. And as I was going through her things, because that was one of the things she wanted me to do, I found like there's these scattered recipes here that are
Hmm.
kind of incomplete, and I don't know whose they were originally.
Oh,
Um,
oh my gosh.
so that and like I was really thinking about when she's gone, you're no longer gonna be able to ask her questions.
Yeah.
That connection between my grandparents, she was the connection.
Right.
So
Right.
everybody's gone.
Hmm.
And what am I left with?
Hmm.
And my mom and I were incredibly close,
Hmm.
and that just devastated me thinking about that. And it's like, okay, what can I do right now?
Hmm.
So I started asking her questions. I started writing little tributes. Like one of the things, my mom never thought she was worth a lot. She
Oh,
was the housekeeper.
yeah.
She was the nice mom, which is huge.
Yeah.
But one of the things I did was I just kind of wrote this tribute to her. I wanted her to have it before she died because I wanted her to know that her life mattered
Oh,
and that
that is
and
wonderful.
mattered to me and it mattered to our grandchildren.
Hmm.
So all of this kind of came together to like, book. I've
Hmm.
written a couple books. I'm like, book, this needs to all be in a book.
Hmm.
But her stories, I started with a couple stories, but then I realized it was more than a memoir and stories because her wisdom, and as I define wisdom, is just meaningful knowledge, her
Yeah.
woman's wisdom. So I wanted this book to have recipes with where did they come from and funny little stories about that or memories. And I
Hmm.
wanted to have the traditions, the family traditions that as they go down the line, you can forget.
Yeah.
And I wanted her favorite poems and favorite books, and I just wanted these bits and pieces of her,
Hmm.
a collection of it, so that when she died,
Hmm.
that I could go to it and for comfort and love and that connection.
And your kids could have that as a wonderful guide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that is where it all started. So I was able to get some of her stuff. We never were able to complete a whole book for her,
Uh-huh.
but I have taken her stuff and put it in my book,
Hmm. Oh, good.
and then have added my stuff because as a mom, I always think one of your biggest fears is leaving your children,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big motivator. Also, my
Mhm.
kids were very excited about it because they're sentimental and they
Yeah. Oh, that's
appreciate.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's in a nutshell how it all started.
Yeah. And you call just because we haven't said it yet, it's you call it the Woman's
Create your
Wisdom
woman's wisdom book.
book, right?
Yeah, it's very specific topic.
Yeah, which is, but it's great. It's a wonderful thing, and of course, as I mean, look at our conversation. It's all over the place, and that's sort of the point. And I think writing your own or writing one for your mom or stepmom or your aunt or
Hmm.
whomever is an exercise in itself, whether it fully happens or not. Like just the concept of collecting things. And I mean, I'm like you. I'm very sentimental and nostalgic. I have scads of boxes of letters and books from my grandmother and whomever else I can grab them from. But yeah, no, I've wanted to do a video version of that,
Hmm.
in particular with my dad,
Hmm.
because he's like his history runs so deep here in our city, and I just but we keep putting it off. And then with my stepdad did write a memoir.
Mm,
Keep meaning,
fantastic.
yeah, he really has, and it's wonderful. But my mom, I think, like, yeah, I would love to collect her stories. I mean, I kind of live her life, and my grandmother, who wasn't her mom, was my dad's mom, but they are around me, like all my stuff is theirs, like all my,
Hmm.
there's and
Yes.
my stepmom too. So there are a lot of women in the family, and I have three girls and no siblings. So there are more girls than boys in this group.
Yes. Yeah, I love what you said because and I watched a little bit of your video of your home,
Oh yeah.
which is lovely,
Oh,
but
thank you.
I definitely recognized like you were talking about some pieces and so showing me that you value that and
Yeah.
that is as legacy. One of my big
Legacy.
things is personal legacy. We write our wills for money and property and all this, but what about our personal and what about
Yeah,
these?
it's like what about like this little thing? It's like these little things that mean
Yes.
something.
Yeah, and maybe you write about that little thing or, because I'm a big one of my big things is you express your wisdom however you want, whether it's poetry, whether it's a letter,
Hmm.
because I believe that each piece comes to you and there's a form for it. And I don't want women to feel like they have pressure to always do a story or to always do this or that. And there's artistic women. I have some women that I coach that are uh, doing drawings in their book and
Yeah.
other things as
Yeah.
an expression of their wisdom. And so I wanted it to be very expansive.
Yeah, well, I get that. That's good because you're right. Some people don't doesn't have to be one answer. Like your niche, but it doesn't have to be like without shades of gray and different types. But
Right.
basically the overall gesture of what it is you're doing and like what your Substack is is women creating their um time capsule, like their emotional time capsule, their um for either for themselves or for their families? Or are they doing it, are they doing it coming to you more for other people's, for relatives with
Um, I would say a combination of for themselves.
hmm
Because it is a great way to honor yourself and to, showcase what's was been important in your life or what was momentous or what did you overcome and all of these types of things. A lot are for their children, grandchildren. Particularly, I think when we talk about the traditions and the recipes and the those types of things
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
How do you start? So if somebody says, you know what, I like that concept. I really want to do one, so that, I may even do it with like a few people, like a
Mhm.
cousin who still remembers everything, because, but,
Yeah.
or like, let's say I came to you and I just said, how do I begin? Do you have like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I have a whole process where you start with a vision, your vision.
Hmm.
Um, and I actually like I have my Substack is free. And then I have two paid offerings, one which is one-on-one coaching, and then one is I have this PDF where you can basically in 4 modules get started on your book. And so I take women through that process of from a vision statement, first of all, being able to recognize and identify their wisdom, matching with forms, narrowing down topics, talking about themes,
Hmm.
and really just having a lot of it is it's amazing with my coaching clients. It's the confidence
Yeah.
piece. It's the like I mentioned before, so many women are, oh, I don't have wisdom. I didn't
Oh,
do
that's so
anything
sad.
special. I
Yeah,
didn't do anything special. So I really do
I get
emphasize
that.
that if
Yeah,
you're alive, you've lived, you've learned, you survived,
right.
you have meaning to your family.
Yeah. But
And
then again,
and
if they've approached you anyway, they must there must be something they're trying to get out.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely trying to get out and just find it a worthwhile, very sentimental project to work on.
How long do they take? About?
To finish their books
Yeah,
all over the board.
I'll bet. Yeah.
Some may never be finished because
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe, because one of the things I talk about is that somebody else could add to it,
Mm.
the next generation. Or, some people have a very short one, and some people, it really depends on what you want, what you envision
Yeah.
in time.
Do people, so do like a shared Google Doc or something? Or like how do you, now I'm curious, I want to know, like
Like,
how do
are you
you
talking about
manage it?
coaching? The coaching?
Well, coaching, but if you have a client who's putting together a book, how do you manage it? Like what is the book? Is it does it actually get printed?
Some people's are a journal that they write in.
Hmm.
Some
Oh,
people's, some people do a do it online and then they either do, some people have done just a PDF. Other
Yeah.
people's have, gone onto Amazon and had it actually printed.
Yeah.
So that is another piece of that PDF, that what I call wisdom book kickoff.
Okay.
That's one of those things you think about. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
What's comfortable for you? So there is no one answer for
Yeah.
women.
No, because people don't, they're not coming a fully finished thing anyway. Do you, I was just, is the age group around our age group?
Typically,
Like,
it's, I would say, well, it's interesting. I would say 50 to 80,
mhm.
but I had an in-person one this fall, and a good majority, well, I would say majority, maybe half were probably under 40,
Oh,
which I thought was lovely.
yeah.
Hey,
You're like little
you got
young
a head
junior.
start.
You got to earn this.
Yeah, you got where, yeah, exactly. But again, I think, I'm the I do spend a lot of time talking about the concept of wisdom.
Mhm.
We typically, maybe historically, oh, this wise person that we go to who has all the answers. No. No, it's just it's more of like, meaningful knowledge. What have we learned? What do we want to pass on? What do we value that, or what maybe our kids are asking us and grandkids are asking us these questions, and
Yeah,
that's what we're putting in our book.
right. Oh,
So,
I think it's one. And how long have you been doing it?
well, Create Your Woman's Wisdom Book. My Substack this is
That's a year
approaching
old.
a year. Yeah.
Right.
But I actually started this, let's see, my mom, 21, 2019 or
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, that's why I figured you'd been doing it a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and originally it was called the Dear Daughters Wisdom Project because I only have daughters. But I was also thinking all women are daughters.
Right,
So,
they are. Yeah.
yeah.
I like both those names.
Yeah,
Um, they're different. Dear Daughters is, alliterative, so that's kind of fun.
right. It is.
So,
So yeah, it's been a joy. One of the answers that I gave you was, what kind of, I don't know, it was what kind of life you want to create or whatever, but
mhm.
that meaningful life of joy, so I could never see myself as retired to playing tennis and having dinner parties and um volunteering only. Like there
Yeah,
was something missing.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And lucky us to be even able to do that. But I
Yes.
agree. I'm never satisfied with the simplicity of that, which is a blessing and a curse, I think, because it's like a bit of a tail chasing exercise sometimes. Like
You're so right.
it's like, "Ugh, I'm not worth my salt. Why am I not? I'm driven to do more. I'm driven, 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 but yet you've got to be able to complete things. You've got to like what driven for what? And
Yeah.
like, why don't you just relax for a minute? Just
How many
calm
times my
down.
husband, right? How many times my husband's like, why don't you just relax? You have time to read now,
I
as much
know,
time as you want. I'm like, I can't.
I know, I know. And that's like, oh God, it is a funny it is a funny time of life in that way. The
Tell me,
expectations of people there, like nobody has any expectations for us
right?
at all. So
It's
anything
just
you
our
do
own.
is like icing on the cake.
Yeah. I know,
It's
it's
over.
sometimes it's crazy. It's like, but then I'm like, okay, this is the way I'm wired. Okay.
Same. I know it is funny. I mean, that's probably a common theme through a lot of the substackers women substackers anyway, that were there's an enormous group of us, and of course I get to see them because that's who I am. But if
Mm-hmm.
I were a 30-year-old, maybe I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't see a one of us, I guess. So
It's
like
true.
the algorithm doesn't, you know. I mean,
Yeah, and
really, it's like all the same, same, same. I'm like, can I just have a little peek at the rest of the group? Like,
I know.
let me out of
Sometimes
this little algorithm.
I hate that word algorithm.
I know, but it's like it's a technical actual thing.
It is.
It is, and you can see it on your Instagram, you can see it on your
I
Substack.
know.
You don't get to
It I
Google.
do have fantasies of just withdrawing from everything.
Yeah, of course I do.
Social media,
Yeah,
subs, all of it.
sometimes it's true, and I do sort of slink away in my way. I do that. I do that with bills. I'll just not
Yeah.
like wake up and
Well,
accept
why did you start?
responsibility.
Yeah, for sure. So tell
Yeah.
me why, what compelled you to start Substack, your Substack,
My
Women's Survival?
well, Women's Survival Guide I started a long time ago. I started thinking about it when I was probably in my 40s. Not the actual, it wasn't developed, but I definitely was talking to people about it in the pre-COVID, well pre-COVID. Um, and basically because I was sick, I had this cough and I would get sick, and then be sick
Mm.
for weeks. And then, oh, sorry, it's loud. And then, you go to the doctors, they're like, oh, it's GERD. Oh, it's allergies. Oh, it's this. We're gonna have to do an endoscopy. We're gonna have to, and if you have insurance, you're like, they're getting you for all the tests, and
Hmm.
we might have to do this, that, or the other, in surgery or something. And then eventually, I did switch doctors, and she helped me figure out, like, go to some different doctors and figure out it's allergies. Or I got allergy shots, and it seems to pretty much have fixed me, which was awesome because I really had lost a quality of life and it was so stupid. It
Mm.
was sort of a bummer.
Yeah.
Every time I go out, I get sick. That started in my 20s. Um, I just caught things really easily, and
Mm.
unfortunately, my youngest daughter's the same way. So I will say it turns out it was allergies. Anyway, so I thought, oh, I wish I'd had all these women I could have asked, and maybe it would have saved me some time. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to have like a little handbook that, women's tips? And I was going to call
Hmm.
it the Ladies Middle-Aged Handbook. And
Mm.
my friends were like, that is a terrible name. I was like,
Kind
I
of
think it's
is,
funny. It's like tongue
but
in
the
cheek.
point is
It's the
good.
point. Ladies, middle, it's going to be pink. And I was going to be able to put it through everyone's mail slots around and they could add to it. And lo and behold, I realized it was the age of the internet machine and that's sort of not a great idea. And then I realized that what I wanted to do, and I tried for a while, like I met with tech companies, I like to create this online community that was large, kind of like Hinge, but for women with health issues,
Okay.
but but then be funny and not have the security where it wouldn't be like Reddit, where you have people coming in and beating people up visually and verbally,
Right.
um and then I was like, I just need to start. I don't know. I need to start this, and I found and I came up with some names, and nobody had taken Women's Survival Guide because it was supposed to be a guide, actual guide. And then I decided to copy what Gwyneth Paltrow had done when she started Goop. I don't know how I came up with that one, but basically it was a newsletter.
Hmm.
And I made a little website on Wix and did all the visuals. And it's still there. It's still like floating out there. And because like the first year or so of posts were on that. And then
Mm.
another friend of mine said go to Substack. But so Gwyneth Paltrow's thing would be writing kind of personal missives and then ended with like a recipe. And so for some reason I started thinking, well, why not interview people that are, doing something interesting in their 50s and then post their recipe, their
Hmm.
favorite recipe. And then I would ask 5 questions of women, the same 5 questions of women. So it was a little bit different than it is now. And then with some pictures. And then I started interviewing women, and eventually figured out that the women I was interviewing, because a friend of mine basically said to me, "You're interviewing these women that are so impressive." like Harvard professor with six, with all these New York Times bestsellers. Like,
Mm,
I'm never going to be that. And I was like, that is a really good point. Neither am I. I'm never going to be, the governor of whatever. Like, it'd be more interesting to interview people that are doing things that might be a little more relatable.
hmm
And so I kind of go up and down on how, like, what are we doing to stay busy? Like what you're saying, I can't just volunteer, have dinner parties and play, like I'll go crazy. So, this is what I'm doing. Plus, I'm an artist. Um,
Right.
plus, I have my parents. Plus, I have my kids. Like, plus, plus, plus. Plus, I do volunteer with like a lot of stuff, and I am involved in a
hmm
lot of things. And maybe it's too many things, but for right now, it's good. But
hmm
some women are doing what you're doing. Like, I love these niche things that people are doing. It's fascinating to me. And the I've talked to people on Substack to kind of help me. I was an art history major. I got my MFA, and there was a lot of writing in that, but not like writing for other people. So I happen to have like a particular voice when I write that people relate to. Um, and that's cool. So I can I can write and interview people, but I can also do the Maven 5Q where it's all in your words, which I really like. I've done a bunch of them now, and I think it's fascinating that none of them overlap. It's kind of
Yes.
weird.
Yeah, I took a look at some of them, and you're exactly right. They don't overlap, and there's some maybe themes,
Hmm.
but not. I think the way people are manifesting their dreams or their um, passions, whatever,
Yeah.
are
No, it's
very unique.
like something you miss from long ago that you would bring something that you miss from, when we were growing up or whatever. Those are all different.
Yes.
I will say I think a very common theme, the only common theme is that the women that are answering this are really happy with where they are right now. And I'm sure you could find a lot of people who aren't happy
hmm
where they are right now. Um, and that's sort of the idea is to get to those people and say, like, that's okay, but let's move on. Like, nobody's happy all the time.
No, that's definitely I think that is something that confuses people and we feel like we're lacking because we feel like we should be happy all the time, but there's a difference between happiness and joy. In fact,
Yeah.
I do a weekly writing classes, and one of our topics was really that
Yeah.
joy is found in, our rituals and things that we do, whereas happiness is temporary.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a wave,
Yes.
it's a wonderful thing. But I guess the lows um, allow us to highlight the
Yeah.
joys or being happy, which is like you can't have the dark without the light, or the light without the dark, and it's just
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely, because otherwise we would just be at this flat affect of happiness.
yeah, right. I guess that's
Then,
what LA is. People are like LA is kind of like they. It's a lot of New Englanders have trouble with it because it's like always gorgeous, like,
yeah. Well, I lived in Arizona for we raised our kids in Arizona.
oh.
I hated it. I hated the fact that I had to wake up every day and it was sunny. I was
Oh, uh,
pissed about that.
that would make me mental, actually.
Yeah.
I would get nothing done because like it's sunny right now. And I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to be like outside or something. It's like, shouldn't I be
Yeah.
doing something? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you need to sit down and do work.
Yes. So there's that and there's just I like Washington State. When we moved here, my husband got a job transfer and
Mhm.
I love this. I miss the seasons. I grew up in Minnesota. My husband grew up upstate New York.
Oh, yeah, well,
We were both like, okay, we've had it with this hot, everyday sunny place.
yeah, no, I could never. I don't like the heat in general. So
No.
No, I couldn't do it.
It
I'm
was, yes, it was, it made me crabby, I would have to say that.
So
And now
20 years of
I'm
crabbiness.
20 some years. Well, no, I wasn't like with my kids, I was not crabby.
That's
Just, at night I would just be like,
sick of this niceness. I know it's gorgeous out here right now. I'm like, oh,
that's great.
Boston, I better get out there. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, and then particularly just because we know it's fleeting, it's a season, so we
Hmm.
want to maximize it.
Yeah, in Washington State in particular. Yeah, I have a good friend who lives in Seattle, so it's like, yeah, there's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain, but mm, we just learned to live with it.
Yeah, just like snow.
Yeah, I do love snow. I love it.
Yeah.
But well, um, this is so fun to meet you, Terry.
Yeah, likewise. I've been looking forward to it
Yeah, me too.
as I've been delving more. Like I said, you were the first Substack I signed up for. Yours. Yeah.
Well, I hope to keep you entertained. But
Yeah,
I think that's what what I want to do with this is I want to see. I'm going to download it and edit it a bit. I'll send it to you to watch, see what you think if it's something we want to share,
okay.
because there's something in this conversation that wasn't just about, like, especially the way we started out, that wasn't just about this thing that we want to talk about. It was more like a lovely conversation about two people that are in the same general part of place in life,
Hmm.
which is an interest, which is different than my interviews typically. And I think that's, I think I need that. I think I need to get away from these very specific interviews and to get a little bit more about we as people relating versus we as people doing,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
talk about the doing, you know?
Yeah, I like that. Making that connection,
Yeah,
which is easier to do it like through Zoom versus, we love to write, we're writers,
right.
but there's something about the connection of talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing the person too.
Yes.
I do think that's a really interesting. It's like the Jetsons. It's this whole new thing.
Jetsons. I love the Jetsons.
I loved the Jetsons. I thought they were cool.
Yeah, I think I could probably still sing the theme song.
I think I could too.
But I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not going to either. You don't want to hear that. Um, well, I think what I also do is I wouldn't mind. I'll do that, and the next thing we can do is do one specifically about you answering the Maven 5Q, because why not? It'd be kind of cool.
Sure, I'm willing if that's something you want to do.
I
Great.
don't know, we didn't do it, but I kind of have to go. So,
Okay. Well, thank
but
you for this. This is great for reaching out and
yeah,
getting to know you and
yeah,
you
it was
know,
really fun. So I should say your name, but so we've been with Terry Weeding from the Woman's Wisdom, Make Your Women's, it's hard to say, Make Your Woman's Wisdom book?
no, create your woman's wisdom book.
Create Your Woman's Wisdom book. I don't have it
Yes,
in front of me, sorry. But I
that's
think
okay.
I love how specific that is.
It's very specific.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, what good or bad, it's very specific, and I just decided to be very specific and
Yeah, I like
yeah,
it. It's easier for me to understand. But then I'll do that and I'll get back to you.
sounds like a plan.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks. Take
I
care and enjoy that sunshine today,
I
please.
know I'm gonna have to go outside and do something.
Yeah, do something.
Do something
Or nothing.
or nothing. No, I can't do that for shame.
A little bit. You can do it a little bit. I'm speaking to myself. Okay.
I know the feeling. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye.